And you just clenched your book bag very tightly and you said, it's true. It's all true. They're out to get us. And then you were shuffled into the auditorium. You were herded like a bunch of cats because you were trying to claw your way back to middle school. And then, as Raul mentioned, you were greeted by your new principal, Mr. Spinner. You guys didn't know what to expect. New principal. You found out he was a rookie at this. All of a sudden, this Buzz Lightyear impersonator came on stage. And as he stood there, you said, "Oh, Buzz is big." But then he sent you a message which Raul already brought up. Listen, try hard, and have fun. I was thinking, like, fun? How can this be fun? I got guys making fun of my clothes. He's an administrator. I have seniors. They're going to show up tomorrow. They're going to put me in trash cans. They're going to flush my head in toilets. I don't know if they even do that anymore, but they might. And he got really nervous. All right? But pretty soon, you guys found your groove. And you made it. Even though that first day you thought there was no way. You were so scared. But now that you guys are seniors, you began to get that groove back. You began to get that confidence that you had as a little first grader going into elementary school. Some of the ways that, things to remember, and some people have talked about these already, but think about all the games you've been to here at Central. Think about the matches. Think about being in the student section. Think about those quizzes or tests, or some teachers call them quests. I don't know what that is. All right? Exams. Exams accounted for actual points. Challenge day. All right? Dances. They got less awkward as time went on. All right? Plays. Some amazing plays. All right? Concerts, competitions, assemblies, renaissance. The list goes on and on and on. You could stand up here all night and talk about this. But those were the first 3 years. Now, it's time for senior year. You guys are the top dogs. You know what that means? Yeah, you knew what that means. You were now the ones that the incoming freshmen were scared of. Yeah. That's right. You were at the front of the student sections. You got to do that weird, thing. That's right, you led that, and it was the best this year it's ever been. Continuing with senior year, you guys began to get the leads in plays. When we had pep assemblies, what letter were you guys? S. What letter were you guys? S. Yeah, you won every one of those competitions. That's right. Okay? You guys became the captains of the sports teams. You got to do the stairway blocks. Once again, the best in school history. This next thing I'm not allowed to say. You got to play senior tag. Sport gun making. You got to have your wristbands cut off at prom. You got to ride roller coasters during school. Your classes are over in May. This is awesome. And now, here we sit. Senior night of reflection. That year has come and gone. It's scary. But, as a wise man by the name of Allen once said from the top of Caesar's palace, you entered this school as one person wolf pack. And then your pack began to grow. And soon, here you are, in a 350-person wolf pack, roaming the town of Westerville. Now, as you sit here, I challenge you with a couple questions. Where will you go? What will you do? who will you become? Now I'm going to talk about the future, that scary part. We've reflected on the journey you've already taken. Now let's talk about the journey you're going to take. And I want to leave you with two final thoughts. Number one, don't let your high school times define you. Instead, let them propel you. Okay? Do not be defined what you've done in the last 4 years. Believe me, we have done great things here at Central. You have done amazing things at Central. Some of the great things that you look around our school and you see evidence of this greatness. Art's alive. I mean, the Charlie Sheen chalk drawing was amazing. Robotics team. Who knew you could build that? All right? Das Hindenburg. I never knew Germans were so funny. Caring and sharing. Maybe one of the most generous things that any of you have ever done. Hopefully it starts something new. All right? We had the history of radio. All right? We had the band receiving an excellent rating. We had all Ohio athletes. We had OCC championship teams. Not to mention, our school won the all OCC championship, which means you are the most athletic class of people in the entire conference. On top of that, academically speaking, Raul's already talked about OGTs. You're talking about the highest ACT average ever in this school. You're talking about almost $3 million worth of scholarship offers. Every one of you has greatness. Every one of you have barely tapped into it. Because where you're going is amazing. The greatness is, I mean, it's mind-blowing what you guys can do. So again, do not let your time here define you. Let it propel you. Let it send you into something else. And the last thing that I want to kind of touch on here, and it's kind of a sad thought. It's something that maybe some of you guys haven't thought of. Westerville Central is going to continue when you leave. Next year, the class of 2015 is going to come in this school. They're going to fill these seats. They're going to get a Buzz Lightyear speech. They're going to fill the halls. We will have classes. They will be skipped. All right? Don't worry. Life here at Central will go on. But again, each one of you is going to do something great. All right? So, what I challenge you, or I want you to think about, these people may fill your space, but they will never take your place. Again, they may fill your space, but they will never take your place. Every one of you is going to go off and do great things. I put together a short list of things, just sort of surveying people. The amount of colleges that we are attending is unbelievable. I mean, I watch it scroll for days, it seems like. Some of you are going to go serve our country. Some of you are going to become generals. Some of you are going to become doctors, lawyers, politicians, police officers, firefighters, accountants, entrepreneurs. Some of you are going to have jobs that don't even exist yet. How scary is that? Your career is going to be something that no one's even thought of yet. And if some of you are lucky, you might become teachers. Best job ever. But anyways, some of you are going to go off, you're going to do all those great things, then you're going to become mothers, fathers, friends, neighbors, mentors. You guys are going to conquer this world. And all these great things that you're going to do, again, these people are going to fill your space, but they will never take your place. So please, when you go off and do these great things, please come back to Westerville Central. Please come back and celebrate your greatness. Come back and tell us what you've done. Come back. We want to keep tabs on you. We want to know what you guys have done. So with that, I leave you guys. Congratulations. You guys are by far the best class ever, and I'm sure you are destined to do great things. Good job.